Hi, I'm Julie from Rustic Cottage Co, and this week we're doing things a little different. I'm just doing an update, behind the scenes, questions and answers, just to kind of tie everything in together and just see where we're at basically. It's a whirlwind of a year, even though the year's just changed, but from August last year till now, we haven't stopped, and this video is just to stop for a moment and just recap and see where we're going. So where we are at is we bought Granny's house, John's granny's house. She passed away quite a few years ago, but they all still call it Granny's house no matter who's lived in there, and being a granny myself, that's fine with me. I came over to Ireland for the first time 3 years ago. The first year I met John, and he introduced me to his family. He showed me around where he grew up, and one of the things he showed me was this empty house near his Uncle Charlie's home, near the farm, and we had a sneak quick look inside. It had been abandoned 25 years and I fell in love with it. John's always been in love with the area. He has so many memories growing up and visiting his granny there, and he couldn't believe how much I fell in love with it. And since then, well, life went on and we tried to buy it, as I've said in other videos, but it wasn't available. And then all of a sudden, last August, we were told it's available again, and we snapped it up and bought it. At Christmas time we came over to Ireland and we started on the renovations, and it's been go 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 ever since. We've been buying things, we've been renovating, we've been planning and everything else. Now I am from England, and but I lived in Canada for 32 years. The house is in Donegal, Ireland, in the Republic of Ireland. Even if though it is the Republic of Ireland, it's still at the northern point of Ireland, right at the sea. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. We love the area. I fell in love with the scenery. The country life is what I enjoy and always wanted. I've always dreamed of a place like this, and now we own it and have it, so we're really happy about that. And as I say, we started doing the planning, the moving, everything else at Christmas, but it's been back and forth. My parents need help in England, so I've been helping them out, so we have had to go back and forth. And John's been finishing up some contracts with work, so he's had to go back and forth. So we've been kind of living in both England and Ireland for the last couple of months. And now hopefully we can now for the spring and summer settle in Ireland and get a lot more of the renovations done. So the home itself is a 3-bedroom little bungalow, as they call it over here, rancher as they call it in America and Canada. So it's a 1 level, and then it has an extension of a big kitchen which was built in the middle of basically the shed garage and the actual old house itself. There was a big extension built right in the middle, so we're going to keep that extension and make that our kitchen diner, and then in the future we will go into the shed and the garage as extra living. At the moment we're just going to go into it a little bit for an extra. Actually, there is a bathroom in there. So far we have basically been knocking down walls. That's what I've been doing. A lot of family and friends are saying, are you still knocking down walls? Is there any walls left? We heard this morning. So yeah, we've been knocking down, and that's generally the first part of a renovation, is knocking everything down, and then hopefully you can build back it up. If not, then you've made a mess. So we've been knocking down a big double chimney between the 2 bigger bedrooms. We did not need real fireplaces in those bedrooms, and it's given us more extra space in both of the bedrooms, and what we're doing is the hole in the wall, we're going to be turning that from our bedroom into a closet, like a wardrobe. So the back of the wardrobe will be in the other bedroom, taking up space from that bedroom, so it doesn't take up space from our actual bedroom. And then the front of it with sliding doors, we will have the front of it in our bedroom. So we've been doing that. We've been knocking down the wall between the living room and the dining room kitchen. And we are also knocking through out the back, because there's no back door. So we're knocking through from the utility room out back to create a back door. And well, that one didn't go quite as planned. You'll see in a different video why that didn't quite go as planned. And then also out of the dining area of the kitchen, we're just knocking through the wall, just a doorway into the shed part, which has already got a toilet in it. So we're going to just create a second bathroom into there. So we've been knocking down walls. John also, did you see that video? He hired a digger and he cleared all the area, the overgrowth and everything all around the house, just to see what land we have, see what we've got going on, and basically see where everything's at. We were able to see where all the plumbing and everything else came from, where the pipes and everything go, and that cleared up a lot of the area, just see where things are at. So he spent a whole day in a digger. If you didn't see that video, go watch it, because the big smile on his face, he had a good time that day. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can understand me. I find every time I go on video to say something, I've got a cold. So I have got a cold. Totally sorry about that. We seem to be doing a lot of the renovations in the winter time, and it's cold over here. It's windy, and yeah, I've got another cold. And also I've been having issues with filming with the sound. And I did actually buy microphones for it, and then they didn't work. So I will look into buying more in the future, but with all the renovation, the mess and everything else, and the running around, I don't think we have time to put microphones on us. If this is a problem, you can't hear us, or there is an issue, I will do it, but John's not the type for me to be able to say, oh, just hold on, just put that big sledgehammer down and putting a microphone on you because I want to ask you a question. That's not going to happen. And to be honest, I'm usually running around after him, or trying to help. I don't think I'm much of a help, but trying to help clean up around him too. So there's no time for microphones. They're just not going to work for us. If the sound is an issue, I'll look into it. I look after my parents. They're both elderly. They both need full-time looking after, and I do share that with my sister. Kind of a little bit stop and start some of the renovation, and it certainly stops and starts some of the ordering of things, because we have to be here to collect them and pick them up. There's cost issues in that too. It's not, I mean, each time we go over on the ferry, each way, it's about £200 plus diesel to get here. It's not that cheap to come over, so we have to be careful on that side of things. And if we're renovating, we're doing, then obviously we're not working, and if we're working, then obviously we're not renovating. So we have to kind of do a balance. Oh, I'm having a cup of tea while I'm chatting to you. We have to do what the cost of building these days is crazy. I mean, our age group, we remember when it wasn't like this, thinking, oh, it'll be a couple of pounds or a couple of euro. It's euros in Ireland, pounds sterling in England, so we do use both things. So yeah, the cost has gone up on a lot of stuff. The wood has gone up, supply has gone up. Now, we are not the type to sit down, do a budget, do a plan. I may be more that personality, but John certainly isn't, and I'm okay with that, you know. He does what he wants, when he wants, and if he's in the mood for knocking a wall down today, he's knocking a wall down today. You know, and it's hard to get used to, but also very exciting, because you never know what he's going to do next. We are renovating the house for our retirement years, which is just basically now. We're starting to wind down and retire now. We've got the rest of our lives to finish the house, and the main thing is that we're having a good time. This house, a lot of people would say, well, why didn't you buy a different house? Why didn't you buy? We weren't particularly looking for anything in particular. We didn't know where we'd be living. We couldn't find a location of what, especially in England. We looked around, nothing in our price range jumped out at us, and John's health made it that we didn't really kind of seriously look into it. This house worked for us is that John's home, that's where he grew up, that's where his family is, that he's got friends from high school and family all around us, and I've always been a country girl, always loved the country. I do not like the city, so it just worked for us. It's not how today was going to be planned, and that's how every day seems to be. Wake up in the morning and I never know what to put on. I don't know if I'm wearing good clothes or renovation clothes or what. We just never know what we're going to be doing. So I quickly try and fit in filming, and editing I do as I go along. At the moment we don't have Wi-Fi at the house. That's the next thing we need to order. All the internet I have, or all the, is 3G, 1 to 2 bars. I'm basically filming when I can, editing when I can, posting different things in different media places to try and get the momentum of our videos going, because that's kind of where we would like to be at, is just retire, do the videos and renovating and have fun, is what's a couple of weeks to have Wi-Fi and to actually get into our own place. And that's the next step, is once all the walls are down and we've done all that demolition stuff, then we will, and that's why he's building a closet right now. We're hoping to move into one of the rooms of the house, and then when we're over here we can just basically be at the house. And thank goodness for air fryers. Who invented them? Who invented the air fryer? I was just given one from my sister, gave me one, and I never used it, and I brought it over here, and that's basically how we are cooking, is with the air fryer. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, and kettle's working, and that's what we're living with house at the moment, because we don't have heating other than the fire going and a small little heater. So until we get that going, and we don't have hot water, so there's no showering over there. So buying the property, you need to get a PPS number. So you don't have to be Irish from Ireland to buy over here, but you do have to obtain a PPS number to be able to buy. Now your solicitor will do that for you through the purchase of the house, in all the paperwork, it's all part of it, and that it takes, well, mine took about 10 weeks to come in. It doesn't delay the buying the property. What it delays is when you pay the tax of buying the purchasing the property, and you pay the tax to the government of the purchase of the house, there needs to be a PPS number attached to that tax amount to the government to pay for the property, and the title be put into your name. So that's basically what it's for. But anyone basically, well, I can't say anyone, I don't know about other countries, but I know Americans, Canadians, English, we can all buy in Ireland as long as we obtain one of these PPS numbers. That takes a time, but it doesn't stop the purchasing going through. So you still own the house, you still purchase the house, it's just the name coming up on title can take a little longer. So talk to your solicitor if you are thinking about buying a house in Ireland, and they'll go through it with you. A real estate agent, and we did it through a solicitors. We did it all through paperwork the correct way. We didn't just do buying cash from a family member. We did it all paperwork correct way, properly. So screed is a thin cement coat that you can go on top of underfloor heating very well, and you can put a thin cement based coating on top of that called micro cement finish, which you can have in any colour, and we'd be going for light grey. This you find in the big shops or commercial spaces. This is what it looks like. Another question I was asked is, why do we have an open fireplace when they're not very good for heating a place? Well, the reason is that in the actual kitchen dining room, which is the biggest room of the house, we're going to put a log burner, which then will heat a lot of the space itself and have some underfloor heating as well. Here is where it used to be, and we will be putting it back in the same place. Since I got back to England, I've been going through all the photos I took while I was in Donegal, and I realised how many special little moments there were. So I've started putting some of them on Etsy as prints. It's actually really lovely because they're such a big part of the whole journey. I'll put the link below if anyone would like to see them. Question is, why don't you speak on camera? Everybody's asking.